Hi, this is Dan Cortopassi of TSG Multimedia. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale SD70M-2 from Athearn Genesis. My model is decorated in the CITX scheme. This lease unit was built in 2004. This model is from a 2012 release. At that time, the MSRP was $199.98 for the DC version. The MSRP for the DCC and sound-equipped version was $299.98. This model is exceptionally well detailed. It has a lot of neat plumbing under the sill and on the trucks. The paint is very crisp and even. The markings are nicely done. Even the tiny writing on the warning labels is legible with magnification. I was only able to detect a couple of voids in the paint on the stripes on the side, but they're in the places where the doors have seams, so most likely it won't be too much of a problem. Overall, the model seems to compare pretty well to prototype photos I found of the real CITX 141. With one exception, and that's this bulge here on the fireman's side. On the real engine, this is more of a flat plate. So if you're a really picky modeler, you might want to change that. One thing I really like on this model is that some of the grills are actually see-through. They're done with some kind of very fine mesh. And in the very back, under the dynamic brake area, you can see all the way through the model from one side to the other. So I'm shining a flashlight in there so you can kind of get the idea. The front of the model is exceptionally well detailed as well. There are freestanding grab irons, uncoupling levers. The snowplow seems fairly accurate to the real one. It has MU hoses, trainline air hose, very fine handrails, and of course the ditch lights. The windshield wipers are also very fine and nicely rendered. The rear of the engine also has really good detail, including more uncoupling levers, MU hoses, and trainline air hose. I also really like the see-through grille on the back of the engine. The model is equipped with McHenry scale couplers. The coupler on the back end was high according to the Katy coupler height gauge. The radiator fan detail is exceptionally nicely done. I really like how you can see through the grille all the way down to the blades. The detail on the front of the model is a little more sparse. It does include a GPS dome. This engine is very similar to Athearn's SD70 Ace models in that the roof is removable. It's just held in with magnets. And there's a full cab interior. The model includes a parts bag with some extra sanding lines and an in-cab camera to be installed by the modeler. Other than the trucks, the underbody detail is fairly minimal. There is a little bit of plumbing on the fuel tank. The model picks up electricity from all 12 wheels, and all 6 axles are powered. All of the wheels are in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. The model weighs 17.4 ounces. I was able to register 2.4 ounces of drawbar pull on my force gauge. I have the DC version of the model, so I'm running it on DC power. It's pretty smooth and quiet. Pretty good low speed capability. It's a little bit of surge, but I think probably with some brake-in that would go away. I'm going to hold the engine so we can take a look at the lights. This engine is lit with bulbs. Overall, I really like this model. I think it does a good job of capturing the look of the prototype. Despite the small detail discrepancy, this model really does look like the real CITX 141. I'm going to take off one spike for the coupler height being wrong, so my final verdict is 9 out of 10 spikes. If you or your company make a product that you'd like us to review, please drop us a line at reviews@tsgmultimedia.com.